timing is perfect. India will have 194 million elderly by 2031, the world's second largest aging, or we can rather call it geriatric population. Two-thirds of caregivers now live in different cities, creating urgent demand for remote monitoring. And we've seen 380% growth in searches for elderly care solutions over just 5 years. That's a massive number. The market is actively looking for a solution. So the question becomes, why haven't existing solutions fixed this? Because they fundamentally misunderstood the problem. Here, MedSociety solves this with three unfair advantages that no competitor has combined. Number one, voice first, elderly optimized UX. We are not just adding voice to a regular app we built from the ground up for cognitive impairment. Rather, 70% of adoption has been spiked from just 30% for the geriatric segment. Second, dual user design. We are the only platform where both elderly person and their caregivers have synchronized dashboards. The elderly gets simple voice reminders, the caregiver gets real-time alerts if the parents misses a dose even from across the country. So the third one, medical grade tracking with SOS integration. This isn't consumer tech pretending to be a healthcare. We have hospital and doctor back credibility from day one. So our go-to-market strategy is deliberately sequenced to build trust before we scale. So the priority zero is hospitals, wherein we can pilot with 200 to 400 chronic patients each. This gives us clinical validation and proof that adherence actually improves. Priority one is doctor referral networks. When a cardiologist or a diabetologist, for instance, recommends us, we are we are seeing 70% adoption. 10 to 15 active doctors becomes our trust engine. Priority one parallel, digital caregiver acquisition. High intent caregivers actively searching for solutions. This is our scalable demand channel. As I mentioned, 380% is the number. Priority two, insurance partnerships. Once we prove outcomes, each insurer brings 50,000 to 500,000 covered members. That's our path to massive scale. And this isn't theoretical. Our pilot results show adherence jumping from 50 to 80%. That's a 30% improvement. We have 2 to 3 hospital partnerships already approved with Apollo and Fortis in our pipeline. We are building a doctor network of 10 to 15 active referrals right now. So we have the product advantage and the go-to-market strategy. Now I request my friend Advitya to show you why the economics makes this a no-brainer investment. Over to you, Advitya.
Sure. Thank you, Banu, for that, solid foundation. With this context, if we may just do a quick demo of the markups that we've created. Just to quote the scope, the markups that we've created now are in MVP stage, and we just want to give the jury as well as our other participants how our mockup is looking like and the results of our MVP before I could proceed to the next steps. Banu, if we could just help with the mockup link, please.
Sure. We're on the home page.
Yeah. So what we're doing is a simple onboarding for both the caregiver as well as the elderly person. Like my colleague was mentioning, we are India's first voice-enabled elderly care platform, and we also want to provide this in different vernacular languages. Right now, as part of the MVP, we're looking at 5 Indian languages because we believe that care starts with somebody feeling comfortable with their own language. And this has also come across in a lot of user studies that we've done before launching our MVP. So after the 5-step,
Um,
sign on,
Hello, Advitya.
there is
you're
both
right.
the elderly person to input their
Banu Prasad, your
medicines,
team
to
have
Let
set
me just
timers,
mock up.
and
Yeah.
your team have 3 more minutes. And Advaitya, there is some issue with your network. We are not able to hear you.
okay, is it better now?
Yes.
Okay, apologize. I am on travel, so it could be a bit patchy. So we'll adhere to the time. Thank you so much for that heads up. So our dashboard
I'll fill it up for her. So we
Or
have our user onboarding going on
allows
here.
caregivers to be connected to their
or I can suggest Advaitya to switch off the camera so that maybe you will be able to present. It's your call, Banu. You
All
can
right.
continue.
So we have our page in where we add our family members. So we have Jay, the patient who is 64 years male, falling under the geriatric segment. So we add our medicines manually. So if you can see, we have Metropolol 10 mg for high blood pressure. So we have added the medication and we have set the reminder up here. So this is how we add the reminder, and so this helps Jay take his blood pressure medication on time. So that is a simple MVP based dashboard wherein we have shown you the user onboarding. So I'll go back to the presentation where Aditya can help with the numbers part. Aditya, over to you, please.
in a brief mock-up, and how is it that we're looking at our GTM strategy? We're looking to deploy 1 crore over a period of 12 to 18 growth flywheel. We're looking at hospital partnerships to build validation, clinical validation. We're looking at caregivers as well as doctor referrals. And we're looking at a massive growth when we are looking at piloting with insurance partners. So the blended CAC, as per our estimation, comes to about 1,250 rupees per acquisition, which is fairly a decent number with when we're comparing to the healthcare standards. The way we're bifurcating our budgets is 35% is for channel partnerships, 30% for digital marketing, 25% for enabling CRM demo platforms and analytics, and 10% definitely for CME events, community outreach, etc. Vanu, if we could go to the next slide. Yeah, great. So we're looking to validate ourselves in Q1.
So your time is
Launching,
up, Advaitya.
sure, give
You
us
can
30
take,
seconds.
yes, please. Take
Sure,
30
sure.
seconds and
So
wind up.
Q1 we're looking to validate ourselves. Q2 we're looking to scale with hospitals. Q3 is a pilot for insurance, and Q4 we're looking to optimize the entire growth flywheel. Next, Banu. Yeah,
You
our
got
North
it.
Star is the conclusion slide. Our North Star is to move the adherence primarily from 50% to 75, 80%, thereby ensuring adherence is met, and after which the entire acquisition validation follows. What we're looking to do is year one, we're looking at a GTM of 9,000 to 10,000 users, 18 lakh ARR, building clinical proof. And as we scale, our vision is to reach 200 plus thousand by year three with 15 CR ARR, and to become India's first elderly medication adherence platform, saving lives definitely, but also helping the healthcare ecosystem reduce costs at scale. Just another caveat, we have all the supporting documents for our user studies, for our GTM strategies, and all the details put up in the appendix. So that's there for the jury to refer for your Q&A as well as later reference. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Uh, Thank you, Advaitya and Banu. Thank you so much. And it's time to get the feedback from the juries. So, hello, ma'am, Anusha. So, please, we are happy to get the feedback. And if there is any questions, you can ask them.
Yes, hi everyone. So glad to be here. Um, Very interesting presentation and a product that is the need of the hour. So now my question is that one observation rather, we spent a lot of time understanding the product UI and how it works, which is important, but I think the focus could have been a lot more on the GTM strategy. So that is an overall observation. It seemed a lot more like, why are we building this product? That is for product managers to answer. So I was wondering, you did not talk about your competition at all when you described the market, the TAM. You could have also probably looked at how people are meeting this requirement currently. So who do you see as your competition? Any thoughts on that, Banu, Advitya?
Sure, probably I'll take that. Yes, we have done our competitor analysis, and in the India market, we're looking the likes of Practo as well as Apollo, who are very established players in the healthcare ecosystem. But definitely, there are few features which differentiate us from the others. They are primarily faced, Apollo is primarily faced as a hospital system, and care outside the hospital is not a great priority for them. The current management of medicines is through simple reminders, right? Our only niche is we're trying to solve the problem of adherence. That's with Apollo. Second, with respect to Practo, yes, they have a huge doctor referral system. And again, on the very similar lines, they provide SMS service and reminder services for medication adherence. This is again not catered specifically to the MCI segment, which is the mild cognitive segment that we are catering to. So, and also the dual user platform, there is no particular application in India currently right now which connects both the elderly person as well as caregiver. For example, ma'am, if you want to stay connected with your, father or your mother who's away from you, who's not staying along with you, you get real time reminders within half an hour or 45 minutes if your parent has taken the medicine or not. So that's a huge differentiating factor. Vernacular languages, again, is not provided by most of the current apps that's prevailing in the market right now. So that's another huge differentiating factor we have when compared to the established players. Thank you.
So if, no, that was very helpful, thanks. How would you differentiate yourself in terms of messaging and positioning? How would you position yourself in the market if a customer were to consider, say, Practo versus Med Society? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. How would
Yes,
you position yourself?
sure.
If I
So
can, yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
Advitya, please go ahead. Yeah, I was just mentioning,
Sure.
Anusha, that few of the aspects as mentioned by Advitya, like vernacular voice support, preventive nudges, emergency SOS integration, and the dual user medication adherence. So, technically speaking, these 3 to 4 features are what keeping us apart from the overall competitors. Hence, we would take advantage of these features and enable ourselves to position in the market. If I have answered that.
Right. So what you have mentioned is your competitive differentiation. What
True.
you do need is a positioning statement. You need you need to express the soul of your app, how your stakeholders and your market is going to understand you. So that is what I'm referring to. So your positioning and messaging is an important part of any GTM strategy. Next question I had was that what is your pricing strategy?
Sure.
Any thoughts?
Maybe,
Yeah.
I'll pick that up. So
Yeah.
we're looking at initially in the first quarter a freemium model. This is primarily to ensure that we have beta users on board, about 200 people. Post that at 199 per month, which is again a combination of certain features being available. And as we scale, we're looking at B2B partnerships with insurers as well as hospitals, as low as about 50 to 100 rupees per month per elderly person. This is again because insurance, I believe, are churning out a lot of money when it comes to claim settlement. So it is a good moat for them to spend less, and it's a national mandate now for preventive checks, preventive mandates that is coming in by the government as well as direct B2B partnerships with hospitals. I would say that the range is between 50 to 100 per elderly person. However, we are open and flexible to discuss this depending on the scale that they provide to us.
Got it. And what is your sales strategy? Are you looking at a sales-led motion or a product-led motion, or a combination of both?
Sure, I'll pick that up. So yes, ma'am. We're looking at a combination. So like I said, our Q1 is the validation with hospitals as well as doctors. So it would involve field sales representative doing an outreach to the top 20, 30 doctors in the city. That would be completely an offline process. But we're also looking at acquiring caregivers, because we believe that the caregivers have a great influence and can push this segment. We're going to spend very wisely in digital channels as well for caregiver acquisition. And then, of course, we also have our B2B strategy. So it's a combination, or I would say a hybrid model of both digital as well as sales-led strategy for our product.
Okay, thank you.
So to add to Advitya's point, we are bringing in insurance partnership later into our strategy. We believe that insurance partnership would act as catalyst and enhance the overall sales and overall user engagement to a greater extent.
Sure, yeah, it does make sense. Thank you. I've got answers to all my questions.
Thank you.
Okay, I would have just one question. With the AI coming in, how would you leverage that, Manu, Aditya? How do you see AI playing role, and how do you see, sustaining with AI coming in with, caregivers, which you can automate using AI probably? So what's your thought about that?
Sure, I'll pick that question. Absolutely. I think we're keeping very close watch on tech advancements as well as AI advancements. And as a part of our 24 to 36 month roadmap, we believe and we've understood that AI predictions as well as de-identified data would help the healthcare ecosystem at large. For example, if I am an elderly person and I'm using this app and I'm logging in my patterns regularly, one key thing that we want to provide as a value add to our elderly people is, if there is a certain pattern that we're identifying, can we identify risk of their hospitalization at least 2 weeks before? Like, if I've missed doses of medicines, can AI predict that, hey, you know what, there is a risk of you getting hospitalized because you've missed your BP medication, you've missed your XYZ. So that's the value add we're trying to do from the consumer side. Secondly, from a B2B partnership for both hospitalizations and insurers, again, we're trying to reduce the risk of hospitalizations with the machine learning and predicting of prior hospitalizations to prior prior hospitalizations to the hospitals, and also this would help insurance to balance out their claims for people who've been subscribed to the program. So it's both value add from a consumer point of view as well as at the enterprise level. However, I would say that this is still on the roadmap. We are yet working on, getting the MVP and the first 12 months roadmap out. But we do have this as part of our longer term strategy and vision. Thank you.
Sure.
Uh,
Thank you so much.
I would like to add to Aditya's point that based on our analysis, we have found that 65 to 70% of elderly users are comfortable with the basic MVP setup, whereas the residue 30 to 35% might fall into the category who are prone to what we have mentioned as mild cognitive impairment. So the whole purpose is to remind them for medication, but higher chances are that they'll forget to even log the same in the application as well. So we have that 30 to 35% bracket of population for whom we would like to utilize the latest tech, whichever is in the contemporary market, wherein AI and machine learning would play a vital role in giving us a tech oriented solution where we can focus on the persons who has the core mild cognitive impairment so that they improve their medication adherence. So that's the roadmap we are focusing on. Right away, we are going ahead with the basic tech setup, but this is our journey, as Aditya mentioned. So that's about it, Sakshi.
Sure, Manu. Thank you. Grateful. Thank you both.
Thanks a lot.
I have an additional question.
Sure.
How do you so who's your ideal customer? What's your ICP?
So I'll just mention that we have two personas considered. One is the elderly. And no, I mean like.
If I might interject, Bhanu, those
Yeah.
are the users of your product.
Okay.
I would urge you to consider the customer as the person you are selling the product to, where your revenue is coming from. So when you are fashioning a GTM strategy, see, which is why I'm emphasizing designing a product is one thing and taking it to the market is another, because the GTM goal is to get revenue at the end of the day. And yes, you are tied at the hip with the product org, agree. But the caregiver and the patient, the one who is taking the medicine, they are users. And since you are offering a freemium tier, you'll probably not get revenue from them. Your customers would then be hospitals, insurers, and I don't know if I'm forgetting the third category.
Caregivers also. We're looking.
Okay, so you would probably
I just want to add. So the paying customers.
We can't hear you, Advita.
Okay, sure. I'm going again. So our paying customers initially would be from it would be caregivers from the digital acquisition channel. But yes, at the long term, we're looking at hospitals as well as insurance partners to be scaling our product.
Yes, but when you are thinking as a marketer and you are designing a GTM strategy, I'd urge you to go several layers deeper. You need to build a profile of what does an ideal customer look like. You know, your TAM might be bigger. You might be considering like thousands of hospitals across, say, tier 1 and tier 2 cities. But then, which of those are most likely to adopt your product? So you need to identify those customers and focus your sales, get your sales org to focus on those particular customers, because your GTM strategy is, you have to time it. Within 2 months, you have some goals. Within a quarter, you have some goals. So who do you prospect? So, which is why you must have an ICP profile, that okay, these are the kind of hospitals, these are the kind of insurers, and these are the kind of caregivers we need to go after. Yeah, just wanted to add that.
Sure. Maybe, ma'am, maybe it's not on the slide, but we have done that homework. So answering that in 3 stages. First of all, in terms of the caregivers, we're looking at tier 1 cities, 28 to 40, both male and female. When it comes to hospitals, again, our first primary focus is tier 1 cities, starting from Bangalore and then expanding to other metropolitan cities, pan-India. We also have a city-wise hospital list in terms of top 5 hospitals who are catering to the geriatric population. In terms of insurers, again, segment 1, we're looking for government-based insurers like NIA, and later moving on to private insurers. So we have, we have the list, and whom we're looking in these 3 different buckets.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anusha and Shakshi, for your feedback and questions so that they can get the depth of the clarity on their products. Thank you so much. And now it's the time to get the scores. Anusha, over to you.
It is out of 5, right?
5, yes.
All right. So it is solid first attempt at a GTM strategy. I would probably give a 3. Why?
You can,
Because
sorry to interrupt, and you can also use decimal so that you can make a difference at the end.
okay, noted.
Yes, please.
So the slide that I saw was primarily a product deep dive. I was expecting to see a GTM strategy. So the GTM strategy was covered not to the extent I expected. For example, I brought up these points. Number 1, you need to dive deeper into your ICP. Who exactly, when you say caregivers, what kind of caregivers? How are you going to reach them when you are talking about marketing? Which channels, according to your research, have come up? In those channels, what kind of messages will you seed? So a GTM strategy should have information to that depth. Hospitals, not just a list. You drew up a list based on certain criteria. It cannot be the top 5 hospitals in any region. The hospitals should have, say, there might be policies that they adhere to. It might be a certain number of hospital beds that they have, or it might be smaller hospitals that are that are offering specialized care, such as I think Narayana Clinics has started working on. They're offering personalized packages. So just some ideas. So GTM strategy slides should have material of that depth. Then I would have loved to see a lot more comp intel, that okay, we are going up against Practo. This is how they reach and acquire customers. And this is how, but there is this gap in the market, and this is exactly how we are going to fill this. That okay, on day 0, we are going to do this through, say, ads across these pages. Now, a landing page for your marketing campaign. Where is the landing page? I need to see the messaging of the landing page. That okay, once people land on the ad, they're going to go to the landing page and they're going to download this product, or maybe your Play Store page, and this is the messaging it has. Then a lot more detail about your sales strategy, that we are primarily using sales-led approach. We are going to target tier 1 cities, for example, in the first quarter. And within tier 1 cities, we are going to prioritize Bengaluru and Hyderabad, for example. And because we have, I know at this point many of these things might be hypothetical, but you could say that, say if we have like, a 10 people team, this is how we are going to prioritize reaching out to hospitals, and these are the these are the discovery questions that the seller would ask the hospital, and these are this is how they would rebut the objections of the potential buyer, of the prospect. So these components are critical to any GTM motion, and it would have been great to have them in this presentation. But yeah, a solid first attempt. I applaud you both for working on this with such sincerity. Awesome. Good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anusha. And Sakshi, over to you.
Okay, I think most of the points, Anusha did cover. And I would say great job, both of you. For me, I think 3.5, what Anusha did say, adding in more of positioning, which we definitely should think more of positioning with, technology, which is advancing day by day. So something on those lines. And yeah, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much, Sakshi.
how much you would like to score them?
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's time for audience. Please scan the QR code that I'm going to share on the screen now. Please keep your phones ready. Yes, please scan the QR code. I would request everyone to scan the QR code and give the votings. Okay. Thank you so much, team. And now we are going to move to the team two, that is Pankaj and Raghav.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Raghav. Very good evening.
So I'll be presenting alone. Pankaj is not available. He had some family emergency.
Mm-hmm. Okay, not a problem.
Aditya, can you please allow me?
Yes, I'm giving you the access. Okay, now you can share your screen.
Sure.
Okay, and once again, once you are ready to present your screen, I'll be starting the timer that I have here with me. And on the 7th minute, I'll let you know.
Sure, sure. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. I'll start now.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, jury members. So my name is Raghav, and I'm here to present our product known as Adore, which is India's first AI-powered fashion social network. So Adore allow users to create shoppable post, and not just creation of this shoppable post. It allow you to interact with the post where you can directly buy from it, have virtual try-ons, um, save in your digital closet, as well as experiment with different outfits. So it's a proper fashion focused community that we are building. It also help brands and retailers who want to reach out to fashion focused community by increasing engagement and drive higher conversion through UGC marketing. right? So when we talk about the problems in the market, of course, there is no easy way as of now to see to buy what you see on platforms like Instagram. Of course, when you see your favorite influencer, your friends and family wear something, you cannot buy the exact outfit. There is no shoppable post that you can create unless and until you're a brand. There is a fashion decision fatigue. You spend approximately 15 to 20 minutes on a daily basis recognizing what to wear today, right? And there is no monetization for everyone. If you have low number of followers, there is no way you can monetize your post or outfits on Instagram, right? And of course, for the brands, there is very low conversion rate through celebrities or the macro influencers. So when we talk about the solution, we allow on Adore to create shoppable posts, and any person who is able to influence his family, friends, anyone will be able to get the brand commission if the purchase happens from his or her post. And of course, you can experiment with fashion because it's completely personalized and AI driven, where you can get recommendation from the AI models also. And of course, brands, when they see a complete fashion focused community, they will see that high conversion rate through UGC marketing, which is very much impactful than influencer marketing, has an impact on the higher conversion rate. So talking about the conversion rate, as of the data, the celebrity and the macro influencer have only 1.1 conversion rate. And when we talk about the nano influencers or our friends and family, which has higher credibility, has the conversion rate of 7.2%. So that talks all in all for every brand, right? Talking about the market analysis, the Indian online fashion community talks about 31 billion of GMV USD as of now, with 363 million users on Instagram. And out of these 363 million users, 61% of the users are likely to shop on social media, which is approximately 221 million. Taking the average annual expense of 5,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, you can consider the TAM size of $11 billion for the social commerce. That's the new segment that we are creating. When we talk about the target serviceable market, which we want to target as the Gen Z and millennial population, which is approximately 45% of the 221 million, which is 100 million population. So our service addressable market will be 100 million users into rupees 5,000. So approximately $6 billion that we'll be creating the SAM for that. And if we plan to target the 3% of market share in a span of 5 years, then with an average revenue per user of rupees 200, so our SOM becomes around $20 million. So when we talk about the competitive analysis, Instagram definitely has a strong base, but it's a cluttered platform. It is not fashion focused at all. You get the complete news, Bollywood, etc. on Instagram. Mintra is retail focused completely. They are starting with Glam Fam, but it is again restricted to Mintra products. Pinterest again a cluttered platform, and Amazon and Flipkart again a retail focused platform. Other alternative that people see, they take the screenshot of the outfit and they tend to search on Google, and definitely it's a tedious and frustrating process because you are not able to get the exact outfit that you intend to buy, right? So user persona, as I've mentioned, we will be targeting the Gen Z and millennial population who wants to scroll up, spend time on social media, get influenced, and decide their buying decisions on the basis what other people are wearing, how the trend is going. We want to target the nano and the micro influencers who wants to monetize from their post, but they are unable to do on the cluttered platforms like Instagram on or Pinterest, unless and until you are a celebrity influencer. And of course, the millennials who want to get good outfit recommendation, save time, and have a good bridge between what they see and what they want to wear. And of course, B2B digital campaign manager who wants to have the higher return on investment on whatever people are posting. And if it's a UGC marketing, they want to have the higher conversion rate from every post. And when we talk about the behavioral segments, people who are just scrolling through the social media, they want to save outfits in the digital closet. So that is one. And of course, there are intent driven shoppers who just see that any post and impulse buy on that post. and they are the right audience for us. And of course there are outfit experimenters who wants to be a fashion scientist and experiment different outfits, and definitely there here our AI model will come in handy for them. And of course there are aspiring creators for that piece. Psychometric segments that we want to target is people want to express what they wear, people want to feel confident that they are moving hand in hand with the fashion trends, they are not lacking behind, because social media has a very deep impact when it comes to buying decisions for any user, especially for fashion. So positioning messaging for Gen Z and millennial population, we want to build that if you want to discover and experiment for fashion and definitely earn from fashion, the Adore is the right platform for you. Core thought that we want to embed in their mind is don't just scroll fashion, live it, wear it, and earn from it. Right. And of course, the hooks that we believe that will be vital for this kind of population is your closet, your audience, and this is your income. Right. So monetization is something that that will drive them, because they are not getting that anywhere on any social media. So social commerce is definitely a new concept that will be driven in Indian market today. In China, it's definitely $100 billion industry, but yeah, in India, it's a definitely a new concept. Coming on to the GTM strategy, we want to take it as a three pillar strategy, which is for users, for creators, and for the brands. Users definitely they
Raghav, sorry to interrupt. You have 3 more minutes.
Target segment, of course, Gen Z and the millennial population, which will be the users, the nano and micro influencers who want to be the creators and earn from that. And GTM motion will be majorly product led growth. They can download the app from the app and Play Store. And of course, when we want to partner with the brand, it will be completely field sales or the sales assistant model. And it will be a community led motion that we'll be running, because it's a fashion focused drive that we want to run with respect to every online and offline campaigns. So that's the online campaign that we have created with the help of a marketing agency. We plan to have at least 10,000 installs plus engaged users in the first 3 months, targeting tier 1 metros of Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore for the ideal population that we tend to target through Instagram Reels, SEO, and WhatsApp push. And this is the paid media channel mix that we want to acquire upon, which is Instagram, Google UAC, partner with some micro influencers to drive the audience to Adore, and of course Pinterest ads. So that's the 3 month timeline, which is launch plus testing, scale by winning channels, and of course optimize and retain the audience that we acquire. When we want to do the offline, we want to partner with certain college fest and the campus booths, where we can set up the fashion booths and target Gen Z and millennial population who wants to try a fashion focused community. We can sponsor some fest where we can sponsor the active internet connectivity, where they are required to download the app to get the Wi-Fi credentials. This will increase some motion around the app downloads. And of course we want to introduce the live projects for the campus ambassadors and the evangelist who wants to run some fashion focused drive in the colleges as well. So B2B segment will talk about the fashion, the sales enablement for the people who want to target the brands for the partnership, and B2C will be the campus ambassadors who will be talking to the users to sign up on the app, which is the 15 to 50 to 200 students that we can target as a live project for 8 to 12 weeks. And as an outcome, we can give them letter of recommendation, a certain stipend to bring some initial users on the app. And when we have the users, we can appoint some field sales to bring brand partnerships. So that's the budget distribution of 90 lakhs for the entire 1 year. So 50 lakhs we have distributed for the online campaigns, and 40 for the offline piece, and for the distribution part. And North Star metric, of course, that will be daily and weekly active users. And of course, we have introduced monthly shoppable engagement rate, which will target, which will calculate the percentage of users who want to save, style, tag, and buy from post. And of course, RTM strategy, it's more like a flywheel. So creators will attract the users that we will bring upon. And of course, community will keep them as a loyal customers. Yeah, I'll just take 30 seconds more. And
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and of course, when they start getting the monetization on the platform, they will see that will ensure some adherence on the app, and of course, brand will scale supply on the referrals on the community that has been built and established. And when we talk about the referrals, the word of mouth will play a huge role on that. So, in the interest of time, I'll just switch to the social media and thought leadership. So, thought leadership on the LinkedIn and Medium can talk about the why social commerce is gaining interest and will replace the e-commerce and the marketplaces. How fashion decision fatigue is impacting the Gen Z and millennial population, and some data stories around it. And of course, the social media campaigns around can be, let's say, closet of the week, outfit of the day, let's some creator of the week. We can introduce some badge, fashion focused badge. Let's say let's introduce some fashion scientist, or he is the fashion trend setter, etc. So all that festival looks, hashtag adore, hashtag be your own influencer, can be some good social media campaigns that we want to run on different channels. And these are some SEO and ASO strategies where we want to push up the keywords such as fashion social network, India's first AI powered fashion social network. First outfit that you see, you buy from that. There is no gap between what you see, what you intend to buy. Every user is an influencer. So these are some keywords or the messaging that we can run through SEO and ASO. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raghav. Thank you so much. And now again over to juries. Anusha, y- your questions and feedback, please.
Yeah, thank you. Who presented, Raghav or Pankaj? I'm
No,
sorry.
no, it's Raghav. Raghav.
Okay, thank you, Raghav, for that wonderful presentation. Kudos on a beautiful presentation. A lot of work went into it. So good job. Um, I have a product question rather than a GTM question. I wonder if we could just spend 2 seconds on it. Wouldn't users be able to do all this on Insta?
Yeah.
Just create your own group and share more details with them?
So today, if you so everyone uses Instagram. So today, if you want to post any picture, you can simply do that. But any outfit that you are wearing in that post, you cannot tag individual items. So if I'm wearing a shirt and a jeans and a shoe, I cannot tag these three outfits on my post of the Instagram. It's not a shoppable post that I'm able to create on Instagram. It's just a simple post. Maximum to maximum, I can just put a e-commerce link on the buying description, which doesn't work much. But yeah, I cannot individually tag outfits.
Okay, got it. No, very cool idea. And if you actually build this, Meta might acquire you. So let's hope for that. Yeah, so yeah, really cool. Um, I would have loved to see is again, nailing the positioning and messaging. You showed Instagram and Myntra, which is great. Yeah, if you could go back to that slide.
This is the messaging portion. If you want to
Yeah,
just
just give me a second for fashion for jeans. I wish I had Insta and Myntra's uh, go-to-market messaging to compare with side by side. So that would have helped differentiate your approach very clearly and clearly.
understood.
Uh, okay, no, this is good. But yeah, like everything else in life, this could be a little more clearer, but all right. Uh, Here it's not coming across. How is it different from Insta and Myntra?
I second that, Anusha. Even
Yeah.
while going through, I think the storyline was something which I was looking for. Um, because you're taking it to market, and the people should relate and they should connect. I second. Everything was, you know, picture perfect, but that's something, I felt that where do I relate, or what's the story about this app or the product?
Okay, okay, understood. If I just move to the competitive analysis, which is I'm comparing different models. So as of now, if we'll be able to relate that whenever I see any good outfit that a good jacket that my friend is wearing, I tend to take a screenshot or personally DM him that where can I buy this particular jacket. It totally depends upon his reply.
No,
So
Raghav, we totally understand that. And we understand the rationale for building this product. All I'm saying is that your positioning and messaging is not conveying this to your audience. So you need to use better phrases, highlight the differentiation better. That's all I'm saying.
okay, got it.
Otherwise, your research is on point, and yeah, I think you've. Could you go up to the slide? Could you go to the next few slides? Um, yeah. Oh yes. How could I forget that? What occurred to me was you are not highlighting this amazing differentiator, which is togetherness, because
Hmm.
your average user, you have not even touched the concern an average user might have, which is like, oh, for example, I would love to influence, but not everybody in this world. I would love to share with my friends, and I have a small cohort of friends, and I want to have total control about who sees my outfits. So that is something you could highlight, because Insta and whatever else is available over there, um, for a regular user who is camera shy, who doesn't really know how to do this perfectly, they would become a lot more comfortable if they had the knowledge that they have a better control over this, a small cohort, just the people you want to share with, your friend circle, your kitty party group, or your football group, or your gym buddies, just them. So if you could create these cohorts and convey to the end user that you have total control, you don't have to look perfect, and it's between friends, fun, and just getting the job done. Yeah, I want the same t-shirt. Okay, all the girls will use the same t-shirt for this upcoming party. I think this would be a huge value proposition to the end user. So use that.
Definitely. So I think that's one of the features that we already have. So that is the part of the product line, the features. I have few mockups as well, but yeah, I focused on the GTM portion. But of course, any feature that you see on Instagram, which is you are allowed to create focused groups, you can share stories as well to only limited portion, limited set of people. You can follow, unfollow people, all the standard social media features. We are embedding that on Adore. It's just a additional shoppable post that we are bringing upon. And the major hit among the users that we have witnessed is the virtual try on. People actually love it. So whenever they want to see how it will look on them, eventually it's just a instant realization. The virtual try on has been a good hit.
No,
Uh,
no, all great. Again, this is not a product design presentation, it's a GTM approach. So I need to see messaging. I need to see that you have identified with the user's emotions and you're crafting messages that address those concerns, those pains.
हेलो
Yeah. Without those
तो
messages,
बना आपका
your GTM strategy is not
जब
complete.
नहीं बना
yeah,
But good job.
yeah, yeah.
Sakshi, over to you. Sorry, I
No,
maybe
no,
took too long.
that's what, the positioning, the storyline was something which I was looking, Anusha, and you definitely said that, that if you're not perfect, just maybe this app is for you, and you can showcase your fashion sense. So I do agree, GTM strategy was there, everything was there. Um, Only call out, maybe a point to check, Anusha, to chime in. So if you have all those features, which, probably all those social media apps are providing today, what about the legal rights and all those things. Probably that's something, need to be thought of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they might have copyright issues or, tech right issues, all those things. But yeah, good presentation, Raghav, overall.
Thank you. Thank you. So thank you for these valuable inputs. We'll definitely take a check on them.
Thank you so much, Anusha and Sakshi, and also Raghav.
Yeah.
So now it's time to get the scores. Anusha?
4 on 5.
Okay. And Sakshi?
Probably similar on 5 for Raghav. So one
Mhm.
point where a storyline would have been delivered much better, you would have received like full marks. But yeah, that's not to be concerned of. That's something which we all are learning here.
Got it. Got it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Now it's again time to get the scores from our viewers. Please keep your phones ready and I'll share my screen. So you'll be having 20 seconds now, 20-30 seconds. Please scan the QR code and I would request to give the voting for Raghav. Give me a minute. Please try now. Okay, it's time to see the scores. Thank you so much, Raghav, once again. And next team is John and Sheikh.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone. Good
John.
morning. Yeah, sorry. Good evening.
No
Yeah.
problem. Very good evening. And do we have Sheikh with you? Okay, here we
Yeah,
have.
do have a prior. So let me know once you're able to see my screen. I'll start.
Give me
I
a
sent you a
second.
request.
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay.
Once you are ready, I'll start the timer that I have here.
Hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes, I'm able to see your screen.
Okay, awesome. Yep.
You
Good
you
evening
can
once
start.
again. Yeah. So our product is MindBridge over here. And as you can see, it's a culturally intelligent mental health app at crisis speed. And this is going to be our tagline, bridging cultural gaps in mental health. And we have Abrar, who will be joining me in this presentation, and myself, John. And I want to show you a teaser before I get into the main thing. So this is the executive summary. So I brought in all the things, I put it over here, like what exactly is a mind bridges? It's a culturally intelligent mental health app. Now, why exactly this has come into picture that we need to build this? So when we started doing some research and stuff, we came across that like 8 to 35 young adult and professionals, they are having severe mental health crises, and they tend to fall off in the sense like break down, and they tend to do some crazy stuffs. Because this happened when I was working in an organization where I used to see my colleagues and my juniors who are going through this. That is when this idea started. I always wanted to build this up. So now, what exactly this market is going to address is like 17.5 billion is the market size, what you're seeing over here. And the target audience is going to be 18 to 35. And this is not confined to 18 to 35, but still we're going to expand it to the like 55, 60 as well. That would be a phase 2 version of it. And the key problem here, what we are trying to address is the cultural barriers. Many of the apps is like one size fit all solution they provide, but what we are trying to do is we trying to understand what exactly the culture is, where exactly they're coming from. Is there any stigma which is associated to that a particular culture or region? So this is what we are trying to address, and this is what is going to be our differentiating factor compared to other apps. Right now, what we have is like Headspace or Calm. These are different apps what we have, which usually track, but these are one size fit all approach. Our solution, so what we're trying to do is like within less than 30 seconds, a crisis response is going to be there with a solution to provide to the user with the help of AI. So we are not going to eliminate AI because that is going to be a crucial part of it. I don't know again how I'm going to do justice without showing my product over here and only just talking about the GTM, because it's most like a digital product platform which I'm going to project over here. And 50K MAU is target in 6 months. This is which we are trying to do right now. And 40% is a weekly engagement and 9.9 is affordable premium tier. So this will be discussed in the later slides much more. Now, the problem statement, as I said, cultural barriers in the mental health. So 1 in 8 people globally experience mental health challenges. The universal crisis is growing demand, right? And as I said earlier, 18 to 35, that is 70% of the minorities report inadequate cultural fit with existing solutions, what they have. So one being the cultural mismatch, high cost, social stigma, and limited access. So these are the things which are actually going to be our unique from our app as well, because these are the things which we are trying to address. Now, coming to customer discovery, right? Based on the insights from the user research, what we have done, all these things have been put it into 4 categories. 1, the cultural mismatch, affordability barriers, again, 20, availability and privacy stigma. These are like the statistics what we have put here, and these are the real user voices which we have actually put it over here, basically based on our research, right? Coming to the solution overview, so what we have done, we have built an app which actually has some cultural assessment. That is 15 minutes onboarding session is going to happen over there. Now, once this onboarding session is done, the AI will pitch in over there and it'll start evaluating all the responses which have been captured, and it'll start populating the crisis response over there within less than 30 seconds. So earlier it is more than 60 minutes. We are trying to actually, more than 60 seconds. We are trying to bring it much further down. As in when it starts learning, maybe the crisis response time would be much further reduced. And here what we are trying to do is we are bringing the human in loop again. So it's like not just the AI part of it. We are planning to add some folks whom trustworthy, like your parents or friends or family members. They are also be in this loop over here, so that anything which is beyond the AI actually escalates it to the human touch as well. Now, similarly, we are trying to incorporate some 100+ strategy-based and evidence-based tools in this, like we have a breathing exercise, yoga, and all this. All these things can be captured over here. And the business model is most likely going to be the freemium core. As of now, this is what we thought of profitable. Maybe once we launch this with the pilot testers, that would change, I guess. So now coming to the value proposition, what we have here is why exactly the generic content which we get from the normal apps, and the delayed help and high cost. Again, the cost is the major factor over here, even for the students, or to actually buy one mental health app or subscribe to one, right? And this is what we are trying to address over here. And cultural intelligence is what the core intelligence is going to be, in the sense we are training our AIs mostly on the cultural aspects of particular region, and based on that, response will be there and affordability will be there, and the clinical depth. This is where we'll be featuring across down the line as a part of GTM strategy. Now, Abrar, is up to you.
Okay, thank you, John.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us see the problem solution fit here. So we are validating the core value. So the MVP scope has the AI coach as the baseline, and it has localized content, mood check-ins, and
Abrahar,
local resource
I
routing.
would like to interrupt you. Please,
Yeah,
it is always good to switch on your camera during the presentation.
Uh, Sorry, I have a bad internet here, so
Okay,
that's why I'm
okay,
not
okay,
picking it
okay,
up.
okay, okay.
Okay, sorry.
No problem. Continue.
So the website indicator is like more than
Okay. Sorry,
percent
I have
free
paused.
active engagement.
I have put a pause on the timer. You can switch off the camera. Your voice is breaking, as you said. I think there is a network issue. You can continue. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry and thank you very much. Yeah. So the primary success indicators like for more than 40% weekly active engagement and direct correlation to the habit formation and long-term user value relation. And in the secondary metrics, we have activation, retention, and the task creation. So in the GTM phase one, we're taking up this campus pilots, creator partners, and community ops and the wait lists. Next slide, John. Yeah, so the right market fit here. So we are basically taking the two top features here driving it. So the adaptive cultural paths and 24/7 crisis response. So this is the main part where the response will be less than 30 seconds for all the user needs and building deep trust. So we are targeting around like monthly active users, like approximately 50K users in the 6 months, and the retention 30 to 35 to 40%, and 5 to 7% of premium conversions, and the impact of 30%. So this is the graph here indicates the growth.
You have 3 more minutes.
Next slide, John. So this is the go-to-market strategy here. So in the phase one, we are validating in the first quarter, getting the 5K users with high engagement, with the campus pilots, early access, community orgs, and the creative collaborations. So in the phase two, in the rest of the three quarters, so we are targeting 50K users with the B2B revenue. So which includes employer benefits, healthcare partners, counselor centers, and ambassadors. So the business model we are following is initially it will be a freemium model, then free users will be discovered and they'll be converting to the premium model here, which is just $9.99 dollars per month. And the conversion target is 5 to 7%. So after conversion, they'll be getting all these unlimited paths and activity and the priority SSSL. And the key efficiency metrics there is 4:1 and less than 3 months of the payback period, which includes B2C subscriptions and B2B partners as well. So in the for year one project, ARR is $1.2 million with a 75% of gross margin within the 14 months. So this is the competitive landscape. These are few competitors which we are taking with the MindBridge. So the comparing with the other competitors, the cultural personalization, where we have native content understanding. On the other hand, the other apps have the generic scripts, and the crisis response timing is less than 30 seconds. In our application, in other applications, there is some variable waiting time and all, and we are maintaining the privacy by design and mostly 10x affordable price in the premium. John, next slide. Yeah, so to taking this up further, right, we are targeting for the pilot partner from 5 to 10 sites and universities and the employees. So, and the funding seed of at least 500K dollars within the 18 months. And so we have advisors like clinical leads and the cultural experts. This is the next 90-day plan, execution plan. So the first month, so we'll be recruiting some cohorts, and then in the second month, launching some MVP, and finally the third month, it's measure impact.
So we do have a final slide of use of funds and execution over here. So I would like to take this slide up. So we have like where exactly we're going to spend this amount, like product and engineering is 40%, clinical and safety 25%, and GTM partners 25%, ops and legal like 10%. So these are our 90-day execution plan, what we have as of now. Right.
Sorry to interrupt you, team. Your time is up.
Yeah, we're done actually.
You can take a few
30
seconds and then you
okay.
can complete
Awesome.
the presentation.
Awesome. We are done with the presentation. I would like to show the product. I'm not sure if it is good time to show. It's like 30 seconds. So this is a full-fledged working product. It just needs to be deployed into production side. So this is our app. What? Oh, sorry. I think so you're not able to see, I guess. Let me share my screen again. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. You're able to see my screen? Yeah. So this is the product. So I will skip the onboarding because it's going to take some time. So this is where you enter your name and stuff, and we have a couple of so here, and this is how the screen is. Like you'll have an affirmation like saying that you're well and all these things, positive thing. You can log in mood over here, appointments. Basically, you can track everything over here. Instant relief, basically your affirmation plan and stuff over here, and you have your coping toolkit here. Like for example, you can log in your mood over there, your self-care routines. If you go into each and every section, we have more. Sorry, it's not reflecting correctly over here, but in the testing phase, it is fine. And we do have a journals here. People can track their diary or write whatever you feel like. And this is what the analytics side of it. We have the toolkit, emotional balance and stuff, and we have the profiles over here. And we do have an Aura chat here. So basically, this is most likely your chat GPT or something. And we do incorporate here with something called as a council mode, where 3 or more chat GPTs, I mean, for example, you have Gemini to be the judge, other one to be the empathy part of it. Like, for example, chat GPT or Claude is going to be different. So these 3 are going to be playing a major role in providing the solution or the responses to the user. So this is, I mean, a slight demo about the product, how it looks like, but maybe if you have things, the product demo is going to take more than 30 minutes. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, John. And now over to Anusha.
John and Abrar, thank you so much. Lovely product, very much needed in today's day and age. And good presentation, solid presentation. You've covered ground in 7 minutes. That's tough. It's a product-related question. GenAI has been shown to be not completely trustworthy when it comes to mental health advice.
Yeah.
This might be one of the big objections that you might face from your stakeholders.
Yep.
So how do you plan to?
Yeah. So the missing puzzle over here is like when we enter some information over there, ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, what they do is they go to internet and search some material and give it to you. And if something is missing, it'll start hallucinating and it'll start give you some random. So that is where the challenge lies in. So what we are trying to do here, we have a fixed MCP servers where, in the sense, for example, in more technical aspect, we have a material or the valid communities, what they have, the articles and everything. We are training that based on the culture aspects of it. The app only refers to that. If something is not there, it's not going to give information which is not right. So what exactly it does is it goes through that material, evidence-based strategies it's going to give it to the people. So now why exactly it matters is because it's not just throwing some random solutions for your real problem. It is giving you the right solution to the problem. If the solution is not there, it will send to the human touch over there. That is what I was earlier. You have your family members over there, friends over there, and there are communities over there where people can interact and get some. Because when I have some issue, I generally go to the Google. Okay, I'll see what is this actually. Is this right or not? I'll search out for, maybe go to a Reddit forum or a Quora or something. You'll try to find that information. Now you will have here, what we are trying to build over here is we are trying to build an ecosystem over here with communities, social interaction, groups. All these things are amalgamated into one app over here. So down the line, it's mostly the word of mouth and the students' interaction with their friends. That is what is going to drive the habits or behaviors. The AI starts learning from these aspects of it.
Follow-up question, how do you define culture and what attributes are you tracking?
Okay. Yeah. So when I say culture here, so typically, for example, I can give for China. China is one of the huge market which we're tagging right now as of now. Uh, for if we say that, okay, in China, if you cannot openly say to your parents that feeling overwhelmed or I'm finding it tough to understand or something. The reason, because if you say that, they will treat this like a disease rather than trying to help them or understand them. They will try to see this as a disease, and in some rural areas of China, they even tend to kill their own children because of this, because they're opening up with all these things. This I have come across when I started doing the research. Now, for that matter, even in India, I think so you would have come across like actress like Deepika Padukone, who has actually come up and saying, I was in a depression. So it took a lot of courage for me to actually come up across and say that. But in our culture, we don't actually end up accepting that. We don't understand that, okay, if something is there, there is a saying as well. So if something is okay, just drink one tea, you'll be fine. It'll go off everything, right? So all these things are the some things which we're trying to understand more in depth. For example, cultural, you have yoga asanas or stretches or any religious connotation which is there. Those are also going to play a major role over here in driving your culture. So that is what is actually the MindBridge is going to learn and give the solutions to.
Sorry, if I may ask, how is it different from the competition
They don't typically
or the
focus on the culture.
available? Uh, um, if you have the therapist, how is it different? Going to this app and they do have the privacy, all those. They can't share the logs, everything.
Yeah.
So how is it different? It definitely related to
Okay.
product, but how are we
Yeah.
positioned it? Yeah.
So basically, even if you're trying to go to therapist or something, you will always be thinking, oh, who is watching over me? Is someone whom I know is actually looking at me, or whether I'm going to this place or not? People actually hesitate to actually schedule. Still, they have this thing with them. If I go there and speak, will they not disclose to their friends? Will they not? So all these things actually, when this has come up in the research questionnaire as well. When we gave this questionnaire to the folks, they told that yes, how comfortable having app with you, and then again, how comfortable are you going to your therapist? They told having an app with me at least as a first point of contact for me. If that becomes severe, that is when they try to go to the therapist. But if my app is there with me, I'm able to see, okay, the solutions what I really need, and I'm feeling it better. They think that this would be the right fit for me. At least I will have something with me when I face some issue immediately to refer to, and that is actually addressing the problem, right? So that is what they thought. Okay, and going to that, they're always, even though they don't disclose the details, still they are concerned about the privacy aspect of it. That has come up in our questionnaire and the research.
Okay.
Because even we have this in our offices, to be frank, and hardly any of those. I don't know how many people have actually used these things in the office provider services. They don't generally go to these therapists or office provider services even to train them and help them with. For example, if this structure, yeah.
I think that might be a testament to how private these things are. I mean, nobody gets to know who's booking consultations.
So basically, okay, there is a research. I mean, basically, there is a mail which usually will be sent across to the folks, and people should be aware that there is something over there. When I send this questionnaire, many of the people don't even, they are working the corporates, they don't even know there is some department like that which is actually going to address their issues.
Okay, see, what I'm detecting is, number one, in your compete study, did not bring up players such as My Dost. They are also in the same area. They offer hybrid consultations like, AI and I think in person or even on phone. So what I'm referring to is that a big competitive differentiator for you is the cultural intelligence. However, you haven't shared how exactly. That is not coming across clearly in your, messaging. You have positioned yourself that we are more culturally competent. We are culturally intelligent.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? That is not coming across very clearly to your end users and
Okay.
your partners and stakeholders.
Okay.
So that is something I would urge you to,
Yeah.
dissect and
Yeah.
flesh out better.
Yeah, sure.
Second, what are your growth metrics and performance metrics based on? Are those industry benchmarks? Have you studied similar apps and
Yeah.
got their metrics? Where did you
Yes.
get those graphs from? The
Okay.
MAU and
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the cultural mismatch. The research. These are the things. I mean, which we have done on the secondary research. For example, we have done like 40 users, and 40 users we got around 34 responses. That is how these graphs have been drawn. Now coming to the retention ratio, month one, month two, month three, these are all based on the competitive analysis. Currently we have Mindspace, who have a revenue around $500 million, which is a one size fit all. And similarly we have a Better Talk, which is in $1 billion. And we have other apps like Calm, it's like in 100 millions, and we have other as like 10 millions. Now, when we saw all these things, when check the revenue or the subscription model, what they have, they're all above like 120 plus or $100 plus. And what we are trying to focus here is just a minuscule amount of 9.99%. And when we are going to do a target, so when we are doing it, we are going to actually do, I mean,
Could you
breaking the
pull up that
market.
slide perhaps? That will make it easier to
Yeah,
analyze.
yeah, sure. Let me just share my screen.
There was also a graph showing the placement of Mindspace versus your app and one other. Yeah,
Yeah,
even
this one, right?
no, this is this one. This graph.
Sorry.
It looks like the Gartner
Yeah,
hype
this one.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah. So this is what we're doing here is clinical depth versus the cultural intelligence relevance. Basically, what we are trying to show here is we have evidence-based as general anxiety disorder, and there is a physical health 7 and general anxiety disorder 9. So there are certain questionnaires which will be sent to the users, and once they fill it up, you will see the score where exactly you will fall under the stress level or anxiety level. These are evidence-based, and these are present in the app actually. And people can go to the coping toolkit and they can start filling it up. So when we take these things into consideration and connect it back into the MindBridge cultural intelligence, because we are training the model on the cultural aspects of it. And the solution which comes out of this would be your evidence-based test with your cultural, giving you the optimized solution for the problem.
So this is your POV as to where your competitors stand in
Exactly.
this graph.
Exactly.
Okay. And the graph before this, if you could go back a few slides.
This one?
This one.
Yeah.
So how do you know that 35 to 40% is a safe rate to aim for within 30 days?
So one is your cost of app subscription, and next is the freemium model. So freemium model is what we're going to get the users. And now once they start experiencing, we are maybe certain in-depth level features are going to be activated at a 9.9 subscription. That is way less compared to what you have with 100 USD or 50 plus USD dollars per month. And even for the therapists, the sessions are going to be very costly as well. Compared to that, this app is, we are placing at affordable, at the same time giving you the culturally intelligent aspects or the and one more thing I would like to add here is the response time is less than 30 seconds. That is what the differentiating factor over here. Because
but then when you are converting freemium users to paid users, you're saying they'll have have access to better SLAs.
Yeah, so the thing is like this. So one, the sector, what we are targeting is target 1, target 2, target 3. So target 1 is going to be your students and employees, I mean, who are actually looking for a job. So these are the people. So these going to be the freemium part of it. That is where we are going to acquire some organic growth or users and stuff. Next, target two is where people who are actually willing to pay. That is mostly people who are working and who find this, it's like 9.9% is 9.9 is a lesser. And if you see, my premium conversion is exactly going to be at 5 to 7%. That's it. I'm not targeting even the target one. I'm trying to target from the most of the monetization is going to from the target to where people are actually going to subscribe to this app.
So last question, I see like a hiccup here.
Mhm.
Why would a freemium customer convert if,
Okay.
because if they're having an suboptimal experience with
Okay.
whatever you're offering them? What was the difference between freemium and paid? Can you go to that slide?
Yeah.
More paths, better SLA, and there was one more thing.
Well, sorry. This the one which you're talking.
No, difference between freemium and paid.
Yeah, this one. Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Advanced CBT, unlimited paths. What do paths refer to?
So it is not just confined to okay. If you see the the app has been structured in such a way that the coping toolkit has 100 plus evidence-based strategies. Now, along with this, these are tied to something called as analytics session, and you have something called as a journal session. Now, if I show my app, you should be able to see for a freemium model, we'll be having like top basic like breathing sessions or something like 4 to 5 toolkits are only available. Now, if you want to know further analytics, in the sense when you go to the analytics session, you will see what exactly how I'm performing over a period of time, whether I'm improving or not. So that kind of analytics is going to open up for them, because that is where it needs more system or architecture, what we need, retention of the data, systems to process that information and stuff. So that is where we actually brought in the premium tier to come into picture. That helps. The analysis is going to feed into the cultural intelligence, I mean the AI, and AI is going to give them the more optimized resolution. So this is like unlimited paths, and you can do multiple times. Now, for example, I'm going to give like in a month, you can do like a 10 sessions, right? Or now this unlimited, you can do for multiple sessions. As long as you have a premium, so you can do how many ever times you want to do. If you feel that the first test was not right, again, you can retest it over a period of time. So that is how exactly this it will be placed at. Now, priority crisis SLA is something we're going to incorporate. So 24/7 clinical assistance. For example, it is not when when I say clinical assistance, down the line, we want to integrate it and give it to healthcare professionals as well. What will happen is when something happens, immediately they'll call back to them and they'll start conversing with them. So that makes it much easier. And if there is any issue with the app, there is a team who's going to help them with. So all these things are part of that.
Okay,
Um, Sorry,
thank you. I'm
that's
done.
available on Tracto, actually, John.
Mhm.
That's one thing. If you explore further,
Yeah.
it's not only limited to Calm or other apps which is there.
Mhm.
Plus, if you see the premium amount, it's quite a much. And also, I think we thinking of 10 sessions. If
Yeah.
the 10 sessions are there monthly, um, like approximately average of 3 per day usage is
Mhm.
something that's I think that's uh, too too much for
Yeah.
having it free and not going to a premium you know uh, cost. I
Yeah.
don't think people would think about it till the time they're very depressed. And if they're very depressed, that's something, as an analysis, it should be handled by someone expert and not AI tools.
Exactly.
So that's something which I would mention as a feedback.
Sure.
Plus, I would also, since I know we are out of time, and Aditya, we do have one more presentation, right?
Yes, yes, Sakshi.
All right. So wrapping up just very quickly, what was the sales strategy?
The sales strategy is first what you're going to go to the universities and employers. So if you see here, this is what we have put it across here. So the pilot partners, 5 to 10 sites and universities and employers. So this is where we're going to go as a first part of it and get some organic growth over there, word of mouth and all these things. Once we have that, that is when we'll start officially launching the product into the market. So first we are planning to roll it out across to 100 plus beta testers or 1000 plus beta testers. Once we have this thing, the information or the data which we got it, then we'll be rolling it out across. Yeah.
Okay. And since you did mention, employees or
Yep.
the, corporate
Yep.
segment to approach for this app, today they do have in-house,
Yep.
they have in-house facility of mental
Yep.
health, which is very much
Yep.
in today's time.
Yep.
So, how would you place, like, this is something which you can, brainstorm more. How would you place your app more in a better position, which already have their in-house, mental facilities or, advisors and all those consultants which do
Yep.
sit in. So yeah, that would be my closing feedback. Thank you so much, John.
Yeah. Thank you
Raj.
so much,
Thank you.
Sakshi. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anusha and Sakshi. So we'll get the scores now for John and Sheikh. Anusha, scores please.
I think I'll go with 3.5. Solid presentation, great product idea, but I'd love to see more. I'd like to see more competitive differentiation. Like I said, just saying that we are culturally more intelligent. Show me how exactly. And when you're going to the market, your messaging needs to reflect that. Second, the safety aspect is not coming across. Again, how? You are saying that we'll be more secure, we'll be more comfortable to deal with. How exactly? Again, I would love to see a slide with these core messages. Number one, the core user pain points. What are they concerned about? Why do they not use Headspace? So number one is monetary. Number two, I think there is, cultural fit, issues. So what are those user pain points and what are your messages that you are saying that no, this is how we bridge the gap? That could have come clearly. That was not there. And yeah, primarily these two aspects. You need to, you need to tell how are you different. Not just, this is that, not just that we are built different, but describe how are you built different. Because, I would love to see a slide on, common objections. I would love to see a slide on user pain points and what are the gaps that still exist in the market. I know you covered it a bit, but very clearly listed that this is the problem with Headspace, this is the problem with some other app, and these are the gaps that we are covering. I would love to see those, but otherwise solid presentation, a very promising product. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sakshi, over to you.
Yeah.
Scores,
All right.
please.
So probably on similar lines, 3.85, one, because it's all about mental health, which is definitely need of hour. Secondly, I would like to understand more of sales strategy. How would you, since it's GTM, like covering Anusha's point and then putting the sales strategy, I think, John, you would be on the right path. So why people would, prefer Mindbridge and not Calm or any other in-house when we talk about corporate, why should they go to Mindbridge and rather than not thinking of Calm or other apps which are there. So that's one. Secondly, definitely thinking about the cost, comparing it and making it more competitive since you would be entering into that business in that industry. So definitely how Indian mindset, if India is the target audience, how Indian mindset works, I think that is something which we definitely need to think and take it to the market. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you, Anusha and Sakshi, for your wonderful feedback. Now it's time for audience to give the vote for John and Sheikh. Let me share my screen. Okay. Now you have 30 seconds of time. Please scan the QR code and vote John and Shake. Okay. Now it's time to see the scores. Thank you so much. Now, this is our last team, Prithvi, Shreya, and Balaji.
Hello,
Hi,
Ansha.
hi, Shreya.
Hi,
Who is going to share the screen?
I'll share my screen. I'll just
Okay,
send the request.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, you can share the screen now.
Okay. It's still showing disabled.
Let me see. Okay, try now.
Okay. Just give me a second. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Sorry, I kept you all waiting. Please.
No problem.
Is it visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, everyone.
And your time starts now.
Sure. Yeah.
For the 7th minute, I'll give you a reminder.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
So care that connects and comfort that lasts, because caring for elder should feel easier. So we all know that we nowadays people move to tier 1 cities for job purpose, for studying outside, even they move across globe. So they certainly not take their parents because that's not required. And that point of time, one thing which is always banging in our head is the concern about our parents' health. So our product Elder Ease come with that picture, that this thing, that we are going to launch a product where we are going to take care of elder population of 60 plus age group. So this is designed exclusive for seniors and their caregivers, offering trusted healthcare service through all services in one app. Because today, if we see the applications, Apollo has their own application, Fortis has their own application, and if we go to different hospitals, they have their own applications. So that's the need of the hour, that we need to think of something which is everything in one particular application. So if we see the India's senior population, which is going to increase by 2.3 to 230 million by 2036, this is creating a large and urgent need for the four. Like we need to create this app as soon as possible, because it's the need of the hour. So all the majority of the seniors, like in ranging between 65 to 70%, live with the chronic disease, and yet 70% out of those 65 and 70% of the seniors are not receiving a routine checkups, because this shows a significant gap. Also, the preventive care adoptions also remains low in the seniors. Moving to our market understanding, so we are going to, if I take overall market size, that is the tier 1 cities and age 60 plus, we have a TAM of total 7k crores, and SAM of 24 2.5k crore, and overall SOM is like 65 to 70 crore. But if we again filter the criteria saying that our realistic capture, where we are only targeting Bangalore as an app option for the pilot city, there we see that SOM is about 6.5 to 7 crores. So the reason why we are targeting Bangalore is like it is digitally much more literate than any other cities. It nuclear families staying in Bangalore are more. Strong healthcare infrastructure is there, and potential of high caregiver options are also there. So these are the reasons why we are targeting Bangalore. So couple of we did a competitor analysis. Existing in market is like Elder Aid, which again serves only in Bangalore. Poti, which is serving in Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, and a couple of different places. Recently, they have launched their new branch in Lucknow. And Anvaya is again a similar platform who is only catering to the senior citizen. But Apollo and Tata 1mg are also competitive because they also offer certain services which we are having in our app. So our direct competitors will be Elderaid, Poti, and Anvaya, and our indirect competitors will be any other platform who are giving similar services like Apollo, any insurance company like Tata 1mg. In Bangalore, there is a hospital named Narayana who has their entire ecosystem. They have built an app only for Narayana like patients. So like that, we have different indirect competitors with us. But Medcurize is the elder first healthcare app which is giving end to end and services to senior citizen, along with options to upload their prescription, save their prescriptions from different hospitals. They also give an option of home nursing in later phases. They also give an option of emergency ambulance services. They also give an option of home lab test bookings. All these options are provided in our app. So yeah, over to you, Purvi.
Hi, good evening. To do this project, we have done a customer discovery where we have interviewed 12 people. The survey responses between primary and secondary are 87, and we have covered over 7 cities in India with also a detailed market analysis of 5 market competitors. From the discovery insight, we see that it shows a strong problem solution fit, clearly showing a need for better medication and record management. In spite of actual adoption remains low, but willingness to adopt is very high. If you can see, around 76% of the population is booking healthcare services is easier. 63% is willing to pay monthly for convenience, and 67 is likely to download one in all app elderly care app. If you go next, these are some of the user personas that we have taken. One of such is an adult child living far away from parents, where her and the second one is the senior citizen living alone. Can you go? So the customer segment that we have taken is the primary customer is the senior citizen, which is the user aged more than 60. But the secondary customer is the adult children and caregiver, which is the buyer of the product, aged between 30 to 55 years. Geographic focus we have taken is tier 1 cities, pilot city, as Shreya mentioned, as Bangalore, and living arrangement, gated senior citizen communities. Health condition focus, through our surveys, we have found out that chronic but manageable conditions like hypertension, BP, diabetes, and arthritis are the main ailments that the seniors are suffering from. The positioning statement that we have seen here is for seniors aged, especially 60 plus, managing chronic conditions like hypertension and BP, and they want, repository, medical reminders, peace of mind, and all for the caregivers and their children. So Medcurize Elderies is a senior first healthcare platform that unifies medication reminders, home-based services. The 4 pillars of our positioning statement, the main positioning statement is peace of mind when caring for the elderly. It is elderly focused, peace of mind, trusted service, and one simplified app if the elders are using themselves. Over to Balaji.
Thank you, Bhuvi. So when we come to for the
you have 3 more minutes.
So when we come for the GDM challenges, we have the first issue is trust and adaptation among the seniors. And the second thing is the dual user onboarding, because sometimes the elder itself registers, sometimes their daughters or son would register. And third is the operational scalability for assistant services. And the fourth one is the awareness and education gap, because when we are conveying an app through to a senior citizen, that may have an education gap and this thing. And then the price sensitivity. Share this link. Yeah. So when we come to the customer acquisition strategy, we thoroughly know that awareness is the major goal. Then getting the interest for the seniors to download our app or service. And third is the consideration. And fourth is the intent. And action and retention is our last pillars. Next slide. So when we are thinking of this marketing strategy, we know we have the product and we are having how we are going to price and what is the place. We already mentioned that our pilot stage is the Bangalore, and the promotional people. Maybe on the next slide, I'll explain on this. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. So yeah, RTM strategy. Yeah. So when we are coming for the RTM strategy, we know that health trust is built in common spaces, not an app zone. We are selling in apps. It's not that senior will trust the app and they are going to use the app. So we had a RTM pillars where our RTM goal is to approach the residential apartments and communities where high footfall malls and hospitals are there and spiritual congregation places. And with the primary RTM zones, we are approaching some Bangalore-based luxury senior citizen apartment like Brigade Orchids, Seren Community, and Casa Grande, Vedanta Senior Living Apartments. So these are some of the community-driven approach that we are going to have, where we are focusing on 50 plus senior community apartments with 20 plus elders per apartment. And we are also going to focus on the spiritual congregation spaces where the footfall of parents and our elders.
Balaji, sorry to interrupt. Your time is up.
Yeah.
Please take another 30-35 seconds.
Next slide. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next slide. Next slide. So these are our online growth marketing campaigns. And the next slide. So we have one campaign designed. The next slide. The campaign. So where we are going to have a billboard that says "Take a sugar cube." So when people are coming, we are just creating awareness about diabetes and other things. So when the people take up these sugar cubes, it will reveal each and every cubes will reveal information about sugar and how that correlates to diabetes. So this is one of our campaign that we have designed. Next thing. And the last slide. Okay, the next slide. The next slide. Next slide. Yeah. So this is our budgeting plan. So with our CAC acquisition per quarter, because we have not down to realistic. So we are taken for per quarter, where our CAC is around 6,50,000. Then we have conversion per month, and we are converted that into total revenue per year is around 41,80,000. That is our realistic target, because we are targeting around 500 users from the sum of 11,000 users in Bangalore. That is our first phase plan. Thank you. Any questions from your side, Julie? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, Anusha. Yeah, you can proceed with the feedback and questions.
So, Shreya and Balaji, kudos on creating a succinct, clear, and viable GTM plan. It is practical, it is realistic. I like how you got down to the details and kept it very practical, targeting just Bangalore to begin with for proof of concept. You know exactly where to go, what kind of apartments, what kind of locations. So that clarity is great to have. Also love that you have a positioning statement. So good job. It's very important to be clear, because when in a team and as your organization grows, it's very important not just to go to the market with a clear message, but also internally to ensure that all stakeholders are on board and are very clear as to what exactly are they building. The positioning statement needs to be there. So I'm glad that you worked on that. and that you are also clear that your ICP is different from your user. The cost, the person who pays for the app need not necessarily be the person who uses the app. So, and while we had to skip over lots of slides, I think I saw messages and stuff that I would have liked to go over in greater detail. Um, so good job, actually. And
maybe we
I
have
also
landing page and mock-up also, if you would like to
Yeah,
see.
yeah, no, I also like that you did not spend too much time on the specifics of the product, because while that is very interesting, for this session, GTM is what we needed to focus on. So, so that's cool. I want to understand, how did you come up with the pricing? What analysis did you do? Who else did you compare your offering with?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will take up that. So basically, there is an existing market competitors to us, like Elder Aid in Bangalore and Porty in several different cities. They are also in tier one cities only. So we first check their services and what are their paying parameters, and we do have a pricing model. Maybe if I can share my screen quickly so that I can explain better. We have free services as well, but considering that pay per use concept and the existing market competitors, we are giving like less the services in very less price, like where the competitors are having like 1500 or 2000 per month charges for the services. We are only charging at 500, which is a realistic number, and not charging extra because we are not doing any margin here. We are not taking the margin here, like as an individual, we are not taking any margins, and there is no third party involved in between where we have to pay something, since it's just the direct our customers, the users, and the product company. There is no in between margins, so based on those two considerations in mind, we have kept this prices.
yeah, and
Excellent.
one
So,
more thing we have is this Care Protect Plus, where since we are going and approaching many like apartment senior communities, where they want some home nursing kind of thing required. So where we have a Care Protect Plus, that will be optimized according to their requirement. Some will say we want only 10 days where our son or daughter will not stay with us, or we want like 20 days a month because the 10 days we are going to our native or local places. So for that we have Care Protect Plus, that will be pricing will be optimized according to their requirement.
right, and your tie-ups with with hospitals and clinics, um, you have that, right? Consultation,
Yes,
booking,
yes,
physical. So,
yes. Only physical.
okay, so I think that would be a different sheet altogether, what hospitals and what the terms and conditions might be, because that would
That
be
is
your
not
buyer.
in this list, but yeah, we
Hmm.
have considered a hospital named KD Hospital in Gujarat. We The idea came from there, and then we since our pilot city moved to Bangalore, we have Apollo, which is in Banargata Road, Narayana Hospital, and one more hospital was there. I'll just tell.
No, that's cool. I
That
just wanted to
local.
understand if you have thought in that direction.
Yeah, we have also considered small hospitals because these Apollo, Fortis, Medanta, and Narayana, these are all big market uh, players. But the small hospitals, there are still many people who go to the local hospital, not local in the sense, not in terms of brand, but nearby hospitals. So we have considered those aspects also.
Cool. Good job. Great presentation. And I think I didn't name Purvi earlier, so I think it's three of you, right? Shreya, Purvi, and
Yes,
Balaji. So yeah,
yes.
good teamwork.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anusha and team. Uh, Sakshi?
I do
Yes,
have one
please.
question. If you can walk me through a bit more on how did you do your market analysis, like with the competition? I'm more keen understanding that. And how did we land up with Bangalore? Yeah, maybe a
Okay.
quick recap. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll share my screen again. So we actually started with a number that in next to 10 years, what will be the numbers which will be like in this age group category? What is the actual approximate count which will be falling in this category by next 10 years? And what is the existing gaps in that? So what we found out is like individual hospital has their individual apps, fragmented healthcare services. And even if I'm going to the hospital, I need to wait a lot. If I'm not in city, like my parents are suffering a lot. So all these problem statement led to do think on this product. And then when we deep dived into the detailed number and the percentage, what we are going to consider is like 60 to 70% of people are already having the chronic disease like bp, sugar and arthritis. Since we are not catering to all the diseases and all the health conditions, we are only restricting, as of now we are restricting to only these three conditions, because these are still manageable. If we give them proper reminders, if we give them proper care, these can be manageable, like lifetime manageable chronic conditions. But out of those conditions, 70% people out of that 65 percentage, 70% people are not getting that routine checkup done, because of which their health condition can suddenly go serious, and then they need a serious care things. So this was the main analysis which we did.
So the idea
For
is to make an habit of taking your medical reminders and taking your health care, in a weekly or a monthly basis. It's like forming an habit for the children and for the elder as well, so that your appointments and your major chronic diseases are not overlooked.
So it would be mostly through notifications, or would would there be any other concept? Uh,
So
yeah,
we have seen health reminders and vital checks, and if you can go to that slide, Shreya.
Yeah, ma'am. Since this is more of community driven, also we are trying to involve. What we have planned is the first phase will be like the medicine reminders, and we also have a routine diabetes and BP checkup in person at their home. So, like our service providers will go to their home for the community. What we have formed, will go to their home, and then they will check the weekly BP checkups, and that reports will be generated, and it will be with AI, the dashboard will be presented on the app. So, what is their present status, and is there any norm statements are required for them, like that? So, this is how we are planning. Why? Because since we are approaching to the seniors, it's not that only the app only will do all the things. It is also a human care and touch is required. So that's why, and the building a trust is the major point. So uh, through our campaigns, we are trying to go physically to their doorstep, and we are trying to provide the basic necessities, and then trying to build the trust, and then we are trying to, during this process, we are trying to educate them also, like how they can check the reminders, how they can again book some consultations, like this.
we have couple of Instagram
just
videos
yeah,
also for
Shreya,
teaching
sorry
them.
to cut you
Sorry.
in between. Just a feedback, and go back and think. We do have Thyrocare, Max Labs and other labs which do provide those reminders, and they do come up for the home test. So Orange Healthcare, all those are there. The labs are there, right?
Yeah.
So uh, if that is something you are leveraging along with your app, or if you because there will be a tie-ups, or what you are trying to think about. So that's something which I would provide as a feedback, that uh, it should be collaborative, or you are going to put up your own lab, or how you're going to do? Is it something insta, health checkups which you're thinking of? So I'm just putting some ideas open out to you people, so that you can think. Because see, others are also doing this. Probably they're not doing it. Tata, 1 mg, they put reminders on the medicines if you have purchased from them, or they are doing an instant delivery. So somewhere other, all these partners are doing it. Probably just thinking more how collaboratively and how better Medicube rise can be created. So that would be my point and a feedback.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Anusha and Sakshi, and team as well. Now it's time to get the votings from our viewers.
Did we share our scores?
Yeah, Aditya, maybe.
Let me check. Okay, yes. We are ready to give the scores for Team 4.
Shall I go first?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I'd give 4.2 for clarity of thought,
Mm-hmm.
very clear presentation, incorporating almost all the elements of GTM strategy. But like Sakshi also pointed out, the nuances are missing and need to be looked into. And I'm not sure if I saw those slides or if they're there and I didn't see the messages for each your target audience segments. You would say you'd have a different pitch to your partner hospitals, a different pitch to your pharmacies, a different pitch to your end users of the app, a different pitch to the what should I say, the advocates, the caregiver perhaps, or somebody who's managing it from a distance. So I would love to see that how would you pitch the app to all of them differently. But otherwise, yeah, a great idea. I hope it gets implemented. It's very complicated, to be honest, in real life. So all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
All right.
Sakshi? Yes.
So I think closer to Anusha's 4.25 for the team. And yeah, definitely looking forward if it's coming to the market, and hearing more of of the product. Thank you so much, team.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Okay, give me a minute. Okay, now it's time for voting. Please keep your phones ready. You scan the QR code. I would request everyone to be a part of this voting. Okay, now it's time to have a look at the scores. Prithvi, Shreya, and Balaji. So for marketing and competitive analysis, target and positioning, we have got 3.5. GTM strategy, RTM strategy, and budget plan, we got 3.5. Sales enablement plan and demand generation, 3.3. Stakeholder management, identification, key channels, promotions, and growth strategy, we have got 3.5 again. Marketing strategy, we have got 3.4. key success matrix, we have got 3.4, and the overall presentation quality of the project is 3.5. Congratulations, team. And now, once again, many more thanks to our jury members to be a part of this Skillathon today. And we really appreciate your time and patience on this platform. And your feedback definitely is going to help our learners to look deep into the products that they are trying to build. Thank you once more.
I'll
Thank
just take a minute to
Yes.
thank everyone
So
for.
before that, sorry to interrupt. Before that, on the behalf of IPL, we have a certificate of appreciation to Anusha. Hope you had a wonderful day and got a chance to have a look at many of the projects. And I would like to know about how you felt in today's Skillathon
Oh,
and how was your experience as well.
wonderful experience. I'm so glad you reached out, Aditya.
Thank
And
you so much.
I'm so honestly, I'm grateful that I could be a part of this. Having been in this field for many years now, you still feel that you're missing out on so much, that there's so much you haven't learned. And again, being very honest here, all of you participants have inspired me with your ideas, your energy, your presentation technique, your courage. Most of all, it takes courage to come up and present your ideas and wait for scores. So irrespective of the scores, I think you all deserve kudos for just giving it your best. It has been awesome, and I honestly hope my feedback was useful. If you have questions, please reach out on LinkedIn and DM me. I'll be happy to further discuss things with you. What I've said is not obviously the truth laid in stone. Everything is open to interpretation, but happy to brainstorm and stay in touch.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anusha. It was very delightful to have you on this Skillathon. And certificate for Sakshi as well from IPL, a certificate of appreciation, and like to hear few words and your experience.
Thank you so much, Aditya. Definitely, um, it has been a quite a journey. Like in past 2 hours, team presenting, they are definitely taking the feedback from us. We are also taking too many ideas. How innovative the whole group was, and from Anusha also I learned too many things. From the team members who presented, I learned. So it's always a learning journey. Would think like that, from so many years of experience. It's all the way you learn and you develop yourself. But a great presentation by all. I enjoyed. Thank you so much. Thank you for making me part of you.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Sakshi. Now it's a part. We are at the end of the program and we are announcing the winner as well. So, any guesses from the audience or the viewers? You can drop the name in the chat. Let me share my screen. Mm. Okay, any guesses? Okay, let me. So before we go there, we also have the winner, and the winner will also get a gift voucher of rupees 1,000. And the winner is Purvi, Shreya, and Balaji Congratulations to you. Congratulations once again to have such a wonderful presentation. And I definitely would say that many of you would have learned a lot of things from this presentation as well. Congratulations to you once again, and you can share your experience as well in today's Skillathon, and let us know how did you feel about today's experience.
Thank you
you
for
so
choosing
much.
us to participate in this Skillathon. Actually meant a lot for us. And learning through all these capstone projects and finally getting something into this presentation was something that we always looked forward to. And time and again, we were improving ourselves for the last 4 capstones, and this is what we could do our best. And thank you for the valuable inputs by the juries, and we look forward to many more presentations.
Oh, okay. And now we are done for the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And once again, thank you for the juries. Until then, have a wonderful evening. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you so
everyone.
much.